was originally supposed to be one of the 4 wise men, but they said, no, 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 we want 3. We want 3 only. It will look better in storybooks. You know, the artist would only have to draw 3 as opposed to 4. Plus everybody else went on camels. I decided that I was going to go with sled dogs. Didn't look too good.
Yeah, my name is James. I was Jesus' younger brother. I was a disciple, not by choice. Mama made us do it.
But we agreed on a $10 limit, and I took grapes, which, as you know, grapes were pretty tighty back then. I ate them on the way, gave one to Jojo, my sled dog. Oh, good Jojo, he's so nice. Very good dog. But we got there, and I wasn't welcomed.
I remember when I was on the swim team, everybody was like, oh, look, it's James Christ. It's Jesus' little brother. Can he walk on water too? Because Jesus was the swim captain because of that shit. No, I can't walk on water, I would say. I can't even swim. I hate fish. Shit.
I moved in next door. I thought to myself, I can't be away from this kid. He's the Messiah, right? Right?
He was always mean to me. At my bar mitzvah, he gave me tampons and was like, oh, now you're a woman, huh, Shirley?
There used to be a man in black who would come around every day and he would say, hey, son, would you like to play a game? And he would go, yes, I would like to play a game. And they would play a game where they'd go up to this hill at the end of the neighborhood and he would just starve the boy for 40 days. I never understood it. I never saw that man again until the day I met my wife.
People always made a big deal out of him feeding the masses with just a little bit of fish and bread. But that's all he knew how to make. He was just a bad cook. I wish for once he'd feed the masses with some steak and french fries or something.
When Jesus got really bored, he would turn anything into wine, even if it was inconvenient for whoever lived there. One time I saw him turn an entire kitchen into wine. The people that lived in the house had to clean it all up, while Jesus just drunkenly laughed at them. He was so drunk all the time.
Did you know he used to go around the whole city crashing funerals? Every funeral he'd go to, we didn't even know these people. He'd just bring them back to life so inappropriately in the middle of the service. Just people would get freaked out, shit their pants. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen, but in retrospect, it was such a douche move.
And sometimes, just for the hell of it, he would go into people's cornfields and heat them up with laser vision. And all the corn would start to pop. He called it popcorn. He thought it was so funny, but it wasn't. It was just a little loss of property. People lost money, went bankrupt, started selling themselves for gold and myrrh.
Everybody thought our mother was a virgin. Bullshit. One time I walked in on her and my dad having sex. The grossest thing I've ever seen.
Before Jesus came along, people would yell, "Great dragon tits!"
There were actually way more disciples than the Bible records. Fun fact, Jerry Seinfeld, Gene Simmons, Goldberg, the wrestler, Andre 3000, all disciples.
Jesus once saved the world by flying an F-15 into an alien spaceship.
See, our last name isn't even Christ, it's Christenberg. But he changed it to Christ because it sounded way cooler when he got all famous, you know? His full name is Jesus Herschel Christenberg. Jesus H. Christ.
Jesus was supposed to be the original mascot for Kool-Aid, but he discovered that his only weakness was that he could not go through walls.
Jesus is a big fan of Touched by an Angel. He says Della Reese has the finest ass he's ever seen.
Jesus was once a cop and chased down a group of criminals who shot him nearly to death. He came back 3 days later as a robotic cyborg, dishing out justice to the mean streets of Detroit.
Jesus made a cameo appearance in the 1996 Jamie Foxx movie, Booty Call.
Jesus does not hate the gays, he's just really annoyed by the really flamboyant ones. He's also jealous of their sense of style.
Do you really want to know how the Pope is chosen? It's not by the cardinals. I'll tell you. Jesus writes down the name of every candidate on a separate sheet of paper. He then feeds those sheets of paper to an alligator, kills the alligator, makes him into soup, and whatever name he eats first, that's the new Pope.